we are out in our 2003 Ford Excursion with the V10 motor and 92,000 original miles. This vehicle was sold new in California and resided in California its entire life until earlier this year. One of our clients bought it and bought it on Bring a Trailer. You can see the previous listing, which will be in our auction. And since he bought it, he brought it back and added all of this touchscreen navigation, backup camera, Bluetooth integration, and Apple CarPlay to the vehicle. He was going to use it for his, I guess, farmhouse, country house. But
you speak up a bit.
He's got a bit of a car buying addiction and buys and sells, and traded it into us this week. So we're going to return it back to the U.S. It'll be sold on a USA title, sitting in Plain, Washington, and we're going to sell it on Bring a Trailer, no reserve. These big old Excursions are super sought after now because they're so tough to find good ones. This one is super clean. All the leather's in great shape. All the exterior paint, the aluminum wheels, and everything is looking very, very nice. We've just tried all the buttons and features, and there's two things that I noticed that don't work. These power vent windows, one of them is not working. We don't know what that is, but the other one is working. I just opened it. And this is not powering up, which is not something you probably use all the time.
You want to turn on the rear AC?
I will turn it on.
Yep.
The air in this blows absolutely freezing cold, so you can catch a cold driving it if you have the air on, which is nice. We're driving along at 65 miles per hour, and it drives exactly the way I remember these driving new. I sold quite a few of these when they were new. Obviously the V10 motor isn't quite as sought after as the diesel would be, but it's sure a heck of a lot smoother and quieter. The old diesels were definitely loud. So if you overdrive off, that button works, so if you're towing, that's where you'd want to use that. Windshield wipers, they work. Power window, that side, my side, Joel's side, and passenger rear, those all work. Power door locks all work. Power mirror on the driver's side works in all directions. Passenger's mirror works in all directions. Anything else I should try? Let's try the
Cruise
rear
control.
Wiper. Rear wiper works. So I'm going to turn on the cruise control. And I think that's... Yes, the cruise control is functioning right now. So the cruise control works as it should. Let's see.
Go HD radio.
HD radio. So it's still integrated into the steering wheel controls. So you can still raise and lower the volume here. All the temperature controls work in the heating system, so you can raise and lower the fan on the steering wheel. So that's all working as it should. Cup holders are still intact. Oh, that's a hook for a garbage bag. Oh, it's super nice and clean. Maybe Joel can walk you through the interior and just show you.
Yeah. So the rear controls for that. So it's the same control, that front one and then this back one here. That works. I can feel the air coming through these vents here up in the headliner. Nice and cold. Temperature, yep, it's getting warmer. So that all works. These lights back here in the headliner, those both turn on, they work. I can't reach that one in the back, but all the seats are in really great shape. That rear one is pretty spectacular. You'll probably see in our photos, we didn't have the headrests in for the photos this morning, but they are there and they're intact. All the leather and the seat surfaces in the back are in really great shape. Same with the carpets, really impressive. You'll see those in the photos. All the plastics usually in these vehicles in this generation, everything from the O's to the 90s, usually these plastics really deteriorated in sun and got really scratchy, especially if people are hauling kids, hockey bags and such all around. All the plastics are in really great shape. Seat belts as well, they're not all gross and dark. It's all really impressive back here, and driving down some rural roads here where we are now, no weird rattles or creaks or whatever, what have you. So it's a really nice Excursion. Not much more to say than that. The exterior looks as good as the interior. You'll see from our photos, I think it was probably a little undervalued in the last auction due to the presentation of it, but it's really quite impressive.
And all the brakes and shocks?
Yeah, so there was an oil just before it was sold, so I bet you less than 100 miles. Oil change was just done. Rotors and pads, front and rear, were just done. And then, as Tim said, the entertainment system was upgraded by the client that we took the vehicle from. Tires, date code are 2020, so they're good for a number of years still.
Show you the backup camera. So as soon as you engage reverse, there's the backup camera with all the parking lines and everything. So it's a nice big screen.
Does have 2 keys. It's got the original books and the little neoprene folio to keep your original books in. Yeah, we'll photo those and have those in the auction as well, but just a really great truck, well taken care of. It's been California its whole life, as Tim said. So the underside, we'll find a lift big enough to put this thing on. The underside's in great shape, just like the exterior and the interior. We're running the vehicle no reserve, so top bid buys it. You can buy it out of Blaine, Washington. We'll likely have it sitting on an Ohio title. It did pass California emissions in 2020, and you'll find the EPA sticker under the hood that does show it's California emissions compliant, and of course it came from California, so it's been titled there as well. Anything you want to add, Tim?
Nope, we'll do a walk around video and give everybody a just clear understanding of the exterior condition. And that's about it. We're going up a hill at full throttle. Shifts as it should. Well, it's a super nice vehicle. Lots of these, when they get the miles on them, they sort of shake rather than roll as you're driving, but this one doesn't have any weird squeaks or creaks that come with its age. No, it's super nice.